You know, there's nothing more satisfying than jumping out in space and collecting your garbage. This is One Last Midnight. And today we're going to take a look at Space Trash Scavenger. Yeah, it's a mouthful. Space Trash Scavenger is an open world survival sandbox game. And the objective is, look, you go out into space, you collect trash, you bring that back to your little minimal base, and then you wind up building up your base and going from there. And the person that is trying to stop you from doing this is called the Entity.
Get out of here.
It's a little space wiggly alien. Think of the Matrix, you know, kind of mechanical alien guys. That's what this is.
Can we just attack this thing?
Your world is procedurally generated. Essentially, it's just a bunch of asteroids that you wind up going from location to location, and you are trying to gather either resources or trying to do some sort of mission that's given to you by one individual on that specific asteroid. It could also be a derelict spaceship or, well, that's really all I've seen, asteroid or derelict spaceship. So you also have goals in the upper left-hand corner that are given to you by ScavCorp, your parent company, the company that sent you here to go pick up trash in the middle of space. There is a little bit of a storyline going on. This area of space was starting to be explored, and then they came across the Entity, and they decided, they being the World Planetary System or whatever, decided not to go into that space area. So there was a 1,000-year memoriam on that, and then after 1,000 years they decided, oh, well, let's go back over there. And they who decided to go back over there is some greedy corporation that wants money, right? So that's kind of the gist of the story. There really isn't much more depth into that, at least from what I've seen. The graphics are pretty good. You know, it's not photorealism, and then, it's not pixel art. It's kind of cartoony. And it seems like, this actually is pretty low on system requirements, so it looks like it's going to be playable on a lot of different platforms. Don't know if it's going to be cross-compatible. Right now, it's only on Steam, from what I can see. Maybe in the future, they're going to be out into other different platforms. Also, it's in early access, so keep in mind that it's got defects and the story is not complete, or the game is not complete. But it looks like it has some depth to it. When you start getting into the game, though, you come across this building piece that you can bank, which is called a blueprint store. And the blueprints are, things that you can build. And there's actually a ton of blueprints in there. And when you complete the goals that are in the upper left-hand corner, you're able to warp to a new section of the map. And the map continues on. I don't know if the map is like procedurally generated as well, if it's like infinite, but the area that I started off in, which I wound up spending 2 hours in the first area, it seems like you can stay in each section as long as you want to stay in it. And I think the more resources that you wind up gathering, the more money that you can wind up making, the more blueprints you can wind up purchasing. Yeah, it's got some depth to it. It might be a little bit repetitive. I noticed that the second section that I went into was very similar to the first section, so there's that, right? But keep in mind, it is early access, so we might get some variety later, more variety later between systems. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. It's currently priced right now at $15.99. They're actually giving, they just released this game, and they're giving 20% off the game, which is a steal. I mean, original price $19.99. They're selling it for $15.99. I absolute purchase. Buy it. It's totally worth it. Even if you wind up getting like 6 hours out of it, it's still totally worth it because the game's only going to get better. At any rate, that's my thoughts on Space Trash Scavenger. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like button. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. I'd love to have you in the community. If you want to follow me on any of my social media, you can find the links in the description below, and make sure to hit that notification bell. That way you know when I go live and when I post new videos. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.